All right, so now we are going to go ahead and we are going to build a complex network with multiple routers and multiple switches. And then we are going to go ahead and configure the RIP version 2. So let's go ahead and let us examine and let's understand how we can go ahead and we can achieve that. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to build the architecture. And for this, we are going to have 3 switches, 4 routers. So let me start first with the 4 routers. The 4 routers will be of 1941 meg. So 1, 2, I will have 3 switches, and the 3 switches are 2960 switches. I'm going to have 2 laptops and 5 computers. And now I'm going to build the connections. Now, I believe we also need some serial interfaces. What I'll do is I'll just switch this on. I'm going to switch up this router and I'm going to put in one serial interface over here. Switch it on again. For this router again, I need to switch it off and place it with one serial interface. For this router again, I believe you will need 2 of these. So I'm going to switch it off, place 2 of the serial interfaces here. I'm going to the last router, switch it off, switch it off, sorry, switch it off, put the serial interface, close it up. So we have configured the serial interfaces for these. I'm going to pick up serial interface, use S0 by 0 by 0 to connect to S0 by 0 by 0, use S0 by 0 by 1 to connect to S0 by 0 by 0, use S0 by 1 by 0 to connect to S0 by 0 by 0, use S0 by 0 by 1 to connect to S0 by 0 by 1, then use my gigabit interface G0 by 0 to connect to G0 by 1 of this switch, connect fast Ethernet 01 here, and connect fast Ethernet 02 to this. So we have actually gone ahead, we've made the connectivity. Let me also add one more endpoint. Let me add a server. All right. And this again, I will go ahead and I will connect using my G0 by 0 interface. All right. So I've configured a number of devices. Let's go ahead and let's start configuring first the endpoint. So let's start with the endpoints and then we are going to proceed from there. We have laptop 0. I will go ahead and I will give it an IP address of 192.168.1.10. 92.168.1.1, 192.168.1.11, 192.168.1.1, PC0 is 192.168.2.10, 92.168.2.1, PC1 is 192.168.2.11, 192.168.2.1. PC2 is 192.168.2.12. 192.168.2.1. And we have PC number 3, which is 192.168.3.10, 192.168.3.1, 192.168.3.11, and 192.168.3.1. We have our server. Let us give it 192.168.4.2 and 192.168.4.1. Right. So we've gone ahead, we've configured all the endpoints. Let's go ahead and let's start configuring, say, for example, this router. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to first go to config. I'm going to change the name to R4 with your first name. And there I'm further going to go into the CLI and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do conf t. I'm going to say host name R4, your first name. And there I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say no IP domain lookup. Let me further go interface by interface and start the configuration. So let me say interface G0 by 0, IP address 192.168.4.1, 255.255.255.0, no shut, and exit. Interface S 0 by 0, IP address 172.16.30.2 and 255.255.255.252. No shut, and exit. Copy running config startup config. So just like I've configured R4, let's go configure R3. Let's once again go one by one. I'm gonna go change it to R3. Your first name, CLI enable conf t. Going to use host name R3, your first name. Going to use interface S0 by 1 by 0, IP address 172.16.30.1, 255.255.255.252. No shut, exit. Interface S0 by 0 by 1, IP address 172.16.20.1, 255.255.255.252. No shut, exit. Interface S 0 by 1 by 0, IP address 172.16.30.1, 255.255.255.252. No shut, exit. All right. Now that we have gone ahead and done that, I'm going to do exit again. Copy running config startup config. Let me then go back into my R1, your first name, enable conf t R1 your first name, interface G0 by 0, IP address 192.168.2.1, 255.255.255.0, no shut, exit, IP, this is actually a 1. IP address 192.168.1.1, 255.255.255.0, no shut, interface S0 by 0 by 0, IP address, IP address 172.16.10.172.16.0.1, 255.255.255.252, no shut, exit, IP interface S0 by 0 by 1, IP address 172.16.10.1, 255.255.255.252, no shut, it's still down. Okay, I believe this should have been up. Let me just check because I have already configured this, right? This is 0 by 0 by 0 and this is 0 by 0 by 1. Okay, so 0 by 0 by 1 and 0 by 0 by 0. Okay, 0 by 0 by 0 and 0 by 0 by 1. Okay, okay, let us just go back and okay, I'll just try to fix this, but okay, let me just check again. This is S0 by 0 by 1, 172.16.10.0. Okay, I'm gonna say exit again. Exit, copy, running config, startup config. Okay, to Y3. Sorry, I'm so sorry. At this is actually S0 by 0 by 1. Okay, so let me do. Oh, S0 by is up now. S0 by 0 by 1. I think I have configured them incorrectly. So S0 by 1 by 0 is up now. Okay, all right. A little bit off here and there, but I think I'll be fine. Okay, let me go here. Okay, because I think this is the last bit. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do R2, your first name. I am going to go to the CLI, enable. Sorry. Okay, while this is going on, let me go to the switches because I haven't yet configured any of the switches. So I'm just gonna quickly change the name of the switches here. This is S1, your first name. S2, your first name. S3, your first name. Okay. Then let me go ahead and let me quickly configure these three. So let me start with S3. Enable conft host name S3, your first name. IP, we do no IP domain lookup. Interface VLAN1, IP address, IP address 192.168.3.2, 255.255.255.0, no shut, exit, IP default gateway 192.168.3.1, exit, copy, running config, startup config. Okay, then let me go to S1, enable conft host name S1, your first name, no IP domain lookup, interface VLAN 1 IP address 192.168.2.2 255.255.255.0 no shut exit IP default gateway. Oh dear, I think I made a small mistake. This is S1, right? So for S1, I believe I have a, okay, so I need to go back and I need to do interface VLAN 1, no IP 192.168.2.2, 255.255.255.0, then IP address 192.168.1.2, 255.255.255.0, no shut, exit, copy, running config, startup config. Finally, let us go to switch to enable conf t host name S2, your first name, no IP domain lookup, interface VLAN 1, IP address 2.2, 255.255.255.0, exit interface VLAN and exit. Then we have IP default gateway 192.168.3.1. Exit, copy running config, startup config. Next, let us go back to, I think I was configuring R1 where I got the error. Okay. No, I think R1 I have done. This is the R2 where I got the error. Okay. Enable conf t host name R2, your first name, no IP domain lookup, interface G0 by 0, IP address 192.168.3.1, 255.255.255.0, no shut, interface S0 by 0 by 0, IP address 172.16.0.2, 255.255.255.252, no shut, exit, interface S0 by 0 by 1, IP address 192.168.30.20.2, 20.2, 255.255.255.252, no shut, exit, copy, startup config. All right. So it appears we have done all the configuration. Now let us go ahead and let us configure the actual routing. So for that, let's start with the router number 1. For router number 1, you can see there are 4 connections. We are now going to go one by one and configure that. We are going to do enable conf t router RIP version 2 no auto summary, then network 192.168.2.0. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we are going to advertise the networks that we need. So for R1, we have 192.2.0 network 192.168.1.1.0 All right. Then again, we have the next one, which is network 172.16.0.0 and network 172.16.10.0. Okay. Then let me do an exit so that we have gone ahead and we have clarified and converted these. I'm going to do exit, copy, running config, startup, config. All right. Next, let me go to R2. Once again, conf t router RIP version 2, no auto summary. And there we can go ahead and we can advertise the routes on 3 networks, which is network 192.168.3.0, 172.16.0.0, network 20.0, exit, copy, running config, startup, config. Similarly, we are going to go to router number 3, router RIP version 2, no auto summary, network 172.16.10.0, network 172.16.20.0, network 172.16.30.0. And then I'm going to do an exit, copy, running config, startup config. Finally, for the last one, router RIP version 2, no auto summary, network 172.16.10.0, network 172.16.20.0, 172.30.0, exit, copy, running config, startup config, and finally we have router RIP version 2, no auto summary, network 192.168.4.0, network 172.16.30.0, exit, copy, running config, startup config. Let's check one route. I'm gonna go to the ping 192.168.4.2. Okay, so it is unreachable because it appears that 2.1 is unreachable, isn't it? Okay, so it is timed out. So let us go ahead and let us just check. IP default gateway is 3.1. So PC number 2 is actually 3.1. But from 3.1 we went to let us see again. So this is not reachable. 4.1. What about, okay, so I better go from here and check ping 192.168.2.10. Okay, so this is working. So 1.10, this is working. 3.10. This is not working. So 3.1 is configured on R2. Isn't it? That is not proper because it should be configured on over here, right? Because here as of right now, we have configured 2.1 on gigabit 0 by 0. Okay, and here we have configured 3.1. This line is still down, so we'll have to see. So this is working up to here. Let's see if it can ping 192.168 3.11 3.1 network is on. Okay, all right. Then let us configure 4.1. That's working. From 4.1 we can go to 2.1. No, 2.1 is not working, so the break is somewhere here. So let's try to fix that in the next couple of minutes. So let's go back here and let's try to further understand, because I think there is one break. So let's quickly go in and check. So we are able to go right now from PC number 2. So PC number 2 is presently 2.12. Okay, so PC number 2 can ping the switch number 2, which is 2.2, and from 2.2 it is coming to, from PC number 2.2, it is going and it is pinging here. From here, let us try to ping the route, which is S0 by 0 by 0, which is on R1. 172.16 by 0 by 2. Okay, so it is pinging. Okay, so I think then the only change is to be made over here, because I can see that if I go stretch it here, this is 0 by 0. So this present router is, when we do the show run, we can see that the router is presently having the interface S0 by 0 by 1 configured to 172.16.20.1. So S0 by 0 by 1 of R3 is 172.20.1. Okay, this is 172.20.1, whereas the other side is at R2, which is 20.2. So this should be S0 by 0 by 1. So let me just check. Is this S0 by 0 by 1? No. So this basically the ports are reversed, right? So, okay. So let's go ahead and let's just make a small change here. All right. So that we have gone ahead and we can fix this. Okay. So for this, let us, because this and this should be mapped. So basically I need to change the configuration of S0 by 0 by 0. So I need to swap the configuration of both of these to be able to fix this. Let's go ahead and let us quickly fix this by swapping this out. So let's go to Q conf T interface S0 by 0 by 1. Oh, interface S0 by 0 by 1. IP, let me do no IP address 172.16.20.1 255.255.255.252. Then IP address 172.16.13.1, 255.255.255.252. No shut. Okay. No shut. Then interface S 0 by 1 by 0, 0 by 1 by 0. For 0 by 1 by 0, no IP address 172.16.30.1, 255.255.255.252, and then IP address 172.16.20.1, 255.255.255.252. No shut. Exit. Exit. Copy. Running. Config. Startup. Config. So then let me do show IP route. And I can see that presently there is no router RIP. So did I configure router RIP over here? I believe, yeah, there is router RIP configured. It's only one network. 172.16.0.0. 172.16.16.0. So let me then exit out, and then let me again try one more bit here. And it looks like this is still working. Let me go ahead and let me try destination host is still, because 2.1 is unreachable, but okay. Let us see. Let me try again. Okay. Let me do 2.1 again. 2.1 is reachable. Okay. Then from 2.1, we need to reach the rest of the routing. So let me once again go back and check. Show IP route. And I can see the RIP routers here. Then let us go ahead and let us do again show IP route, but I do not see a route populated as yet. Even though the RIP has been configured, it is not really showing a RIP route from here to here. And enable. Okay. Let us further go ahead and let us ping and let us troubleshoot. 4.1. So 4.1 is working. Let's do 2.1. From 4.1, but I said 2.1. So 4.1 is not forwarding. So this is the router that is not forwarding, even though it does have a RIP route. So even though it does have a RIP route, it is not forwarding it. Okay. All right. So let's troubleshoot and let's see more.